Dead Ringers is a Canadian horror thriller psychological film released in 1988. It is directed by David Cronenberg and stars Jeremy Irons and Genevieve Bujold. So the story is set in Toronto, Canada, and centers on two identical twins, Beverly and Elliot Mantle, who are fascinated in biology, specifically the female body part. As the years go by, they have become professional doctors and running a medical business. But then, their life will change when a woman named Claire, a miniseries actress, came to their lives. So the plot has interesting points as it normally illustrates the life of an individual to become successful, but then as the challenge comes, their life changes. There's a lot of things going on this film and it goes from 0 to 100, especially on the midpoint of its story. Even though the film is classified as a horror film, the terrifying elements that was illustrated here is not about the supernatural or slasher movie you saw on the other films, but more on the true horrors that you will face in real life. The realism of the movie is what is the strongest points that keeps this movie different from its other horror films that we know and love. So, as I mentioned that there's no ghosts, no serial killers on this film, but it really messes up in your mind of what the images are trying to point out to its audience. So be warned that there's a strong language, some scenes that are not very suitable for children, and and sometimes the message of the film really encourages you something. As I mentioned, be sure to watch this alone and just be ready for everything. You also need to pay attention for what this movie is trying to point out. There will be symbolisms and in some interesting facts surrounding this movie. Watching this for a second time would be very great as you might not get the plot for the first time. Overall, the film did a great job on its pacing, delivery, and some scares. The tone of it was really dark and applies to what's happening on real life. There is a mind-blowing twist at the end, and it really gets interesting once it reaches on its mid up to the climax. The only thing I hate about it was the more darker message that it's trying to point out. And trust me, don't get influenced by it. It's really worse. Not gonna spoil, by the way, what it is, but we will discuss deeper into it once I release the in-depth and analysis and theories in the future videos. I will give the movie a 3 out of 5. It's still recommendable despite you might find the message and themes very strong or uncomfortable for you. This is good if you want a realistic, true to life story with a blend of twist, mystery, and so forth. And that is pretty much it for the Dead Ringer film. Please leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the notification bells. And once again, I'm Harps from Mariano Movie Vlogs, and I will see you in the next video.